So we've been talking with several police chiefs on KXAN News for our Chat with the Chief series on everything from public safety to new details on criminal cases. Today, Austin Police Chief Art Acevedo is here to continue that discussion with us this morning. Always good to talk to you.
Well, good morning. It's great to be here, Sally.
Thank you for being here. So let's talk a little bit about several things that I know you're very passionate about. One thing that I know that you cannot talk too much about, but I do have to ask you, is the murder case when it comes to Samantha Dean. She is the Victim Services Coordinator from APD. I saw a lot of police officers from APD at her funeral in San Antonio. I'm just wondering, did you know her?
I didn't know her personally. I think I met her once when she was interning, but she wasn't just at APD. She actually volunteered for us, and it's a case that is near and dear to our hearts.
Yes.
Because she was so well known to our department and to the criminal justice community here in Central Texas. And so I can tell you that we're working diligently with the Sheriff's Department, with the DPS, and with the FBI, working together to bring closure to that family as soon as we can.
And I know that one thing you do not like, the leaks when it comes to criminal investigations. How does that affect this case?
Well, hopefully it doesn't, but it's amazing to me that something that's so important. Here we are, we're working on an investigation involving the death of a mother and her 7-month fetus. And for people to be talking, I actually sent out a message twice now to our folks, not saying that I think it's anybody in our department. You don't know. There's so many people with
Yes.
knowledge in these cases. But we have a moral and a lawful obligation to maintain the confidentiality of those investigations. And I think we owe it to those victims, to their families, and we owe it to the canons of our profession that calls on us to maintain confidentiality. And so it does irritate me tremendously, but trying to figure out where it's coming from is pretty difficult, and these people know that.
I know what else irritates you is the subject of driving while intoxicated.
Yeah.
Do you think Austin still has a drunk driving problem? Because we compared some of the numbers when it comes to January. They don't look good. 516 DWI incidents this year compared to this time last year.
Yeah, people just don't get it. They don't understand that there are so many choices now to not driving if you're under the influence, to not driving if you've been drinking, and I just don't understand what it's going to take for people to just make better choices. We're not going to give up. We're going to continue to aggressively enforce these laws. Every morning when I wake up, there's another fatality yesterday.
Yeah.
Last night, a solo vehicle that lost control. If people just learn how to slow down, signal, wear their seatbelts, not drink and drive, and came to the realization that if we all took ownership for our own driving behavior, we can make a difference. Way too many people are dying in Austin, Texas. This has been a very bloody year so far. And we're just going to continue to just do our very best to get people to get home safely. Especially
when it comes to, the weather that we have outside, just the weather conditions like that. Any trouble when you were coming into the Austin area?
No, I made sure that we were driving nice and slow. I don't want to be a statistic.
You don't want to get a ticket either.
No, no.